2 in Memphis, and 1. Then there is still a chance to escape. This is what we need to focus on to reach the 6th spot. We need to win every game. Memphis can go 2-1, and this is what we're hoping for. A Memphis loss and the team winning all. This is what we need if we want to be in the tournament. There are other scenarios where we don't have control over our own destiny. If a team wins all 3, even if we win 2, we could still end up in the 7th spot, and I certainly don't want to get into what happens next. A disappointing night. You can hear the exhaustion and discouragement in my voice. This shouldn't have happened this way, and we've seen so many situations in the past weeks with some losses that we really wish we could reverse. At this point, we need to look forward and finish what we need to do. It didn't happen exactly as we imagined. Leave your comment on where you think this will all end. Can we get out of this position? It's possible to argue that a team can win another championship, taking their key players to an immortal title in the league. There is a path if they can avoid the tournament. I don't see any team coming out of the tournament and winning a championship, especially a team whose key players are aging. That simply isn't likely. However, if you can have a week of rest, if you get the right matchup in the first round and hit a good moment in the second round, there is a possibility. But it can be through the tournament. We need to avoid that. Where do you think all this will culminate? Leave your feedback in the comments. I'll be back tomorrow with a new video. Surely there will be some updates and we'll discuss this loss a bit more. For now, I just wanted to share my reactions. I'm sad. What's the mood here? Are we sad or still hopeful? I just wish so many things could have been different, but I'll stay positive. We need positive energy for the next 2 games. That's what I want you to focus on. Just meditate, pray to the universe. Please, 2-0. Let's get out of the tournament. That's all I have for now. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. In what could be one of the NBA's most unexpected blockbuster moves, league insiders are buzzing about the possibility of Paul George joining the Golden State Warriors. Yes, that Paul George, the 9-time All-Star, 4-time All-Defensive powerhouse, and current, though injured, Philadelphia 76ers forward. After a turbulent and injury-plagued 2024-2025 season that ended with George sidelined and the 76ers floundering near the bottom of the Eastern Conference, the whispers of a possible exit have only grown louder. And Golden State, with its championship DNA and aging core, might just be the ideal landing spot. Despite signing a massive 4-year, $212 million contract less than a year ago, George's future in Philly looks increasingly uncertain, with Joe, Embiid and Tyrese Maxey continuing to anchor the Sixers' rebuild. Some executives believe the franchise may be open to offloading George's salary in exchange for young assets or draft flexibility. Enter the Warriors, who, despite flashes of brilliance, have struggled to find consistency post-dynasty. The idea of pairing George's elite two-way skills with Stephen Curry and Draymond Green is tantalizing. Add in the mentorship for Jonathan. Kuminga and Moses Moody, that's a core that could both win now and prepare for the future. Of course, the risks are real. George is 34, coming off a season plagued by knee and adductor injuries, and hasn't played more than 56 games since 2021. But for the Warriors, this is about more than just minutes. It's about moments. The front office knows that Curry's championship window is closing fast. Betting on PG-13 could be their final push for a ring, while still keeping one eye on life after Steph. And with George still capable of elite shooting and perimeter defense when healthy, the gamble may be worth the headlines. Fans and analysts are already speculating what a potential trade package could look like. Could Andrew Wiggins return to Philly? Would the Warriors part with draft capital or a promising young piece like Brandon Podziemski? One thing is clear, if this deal gains traction, it could reshape the Western Conference and breathe new life into a Warriors squad hungry for another title run. For now, it's all speculation, but in the NBA, smoke usually leads to fire. And right now, there's a whole lot of smoke in the Bay. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video. Hello, Golden State Warriors fan. We're back with an exclusive video bringing you the latest updates. First of all, subscribe to the channel and like the video. It's crucial for you to stay informed with the news daily. Without further ado, let's get to the news. This situation is truly remarkable as it unfolds. The Warriors suffered another loss, which had a significant impact on their playoff hopes and chances of winning the title, leaving everything up in the air after this result. In today's analysis, I will discuss what happened in the clash between the Warriors and the Spurs, which culminated in one of the most unexpected outcomes of the season. I will also address the current situation of the Warriors in the highly competitive Western Conference standings. However, the urgent question for Warriors fans is how to respond to this circumstance. A 114-111 loss to the Spurs, decided by a three-pointer in the final moments, is truly devastating. The same player who was chosen 7th overall after a considerable effort to lose games a few years ago was crucial in securing the first championship, and now with that shot has a profound impact on this season. Let's examine all of this closely, as I've already devised a plan for the Warriors to avoid the play-in tournament, although it's looking increasingly complicated at this moment. This loss completely changed the course of the team, and it's hard to understand how we let this game slip away. The game seemed favorable to the Warriors, and there was no reason for us to be in this situation. The player who came in as an underdog was responsible for this significant setback. He scored 20 points, and it's surprising that he has a 56% shooting percentage from beyond the arc throughout April. He truly pulled it off, and now the Warriors are on the brink of the play-in tournament. Let's dive deeper into the issue. As the team's performance was unsatisfactory, it's crucial to revisit the sequence of the game, starting with the first quarter, where the Warriors were leading 32-23, which seemed to signal that the game was unfolding as expected, just like the game against the Suns the previous night. It wasn't an extraordinary game. There were high expectations for this matchup, and if we look at the score during the first quarter, the Warriors were ahead 32-23. It seemed like the game would follow the planned script, just like the game against the Suns the night before, where the lead expanded over time. However, the Spurs raised their level in the second quarter, surprising the Warriors, and this trend continued in the final quarter, where the Warriors were outscored by 15 points at home in a game they needed to win. Indeed, this was a playoff-worthy game and reflects poorly on a team that should be performing better at this point. However, I will try to stay optimistic, as there are some signs of hope. One player had an exceptional performance, scoring 28 points and converting 16 of 17 free throws, putting together a remarkable performance. However, the main issue can't be fully understood by just looking at the score. The Warriors showed a negative 6-point difference during the minutes when one of the main players wasn't on the court, and that's something the other players need to help address. He kept the team competitive and managed to get to the line, while another player also made crucial free throws at the end of the quarter, making it seem like the game could go to overtime. Could you imagine that the Warriors would have had a chance to secure the victory, especially after a player committed a foul, but then quickly redeemed himself? I'm trying to process what I just witnessed. It's truly unbelievable. Earlier, there was a lot of hope surrounding this matchup. Now, the worst outcome has come to pass. To illustrate, we expected one team to beat another so that we could surpass the Spurs and a third team to win over the fourth. If you look at the screen, the worst case scenario unfolded, and unfortunately, all those results happened. Essentially, this means that the path to avoiding the play-in tournament has become considerably more difficult. Let me explain this better, as one team managed to beat another, which was by no means the result we needed. On the right side of the screen, you can see the worst case scenario. Several situations unfolded, and in a way, the path to avoiding the play-in became much more complicated. Let me explain, as we just saw one team win against another in a game that could have been favorable to us. Also, one player scored 45 points after getting emotional from a pre-game intro video, which was truly remarkable. Although it wasn't as impressive as what happened in another game, there were still significant events. Moving on, one team faced another.